Welcome, Benzinga Nation. We've got a great interview for you here today. It's with Romain Nouzareth, who is the chairman and CEO of SATO Technologies. Romain, welcome to the show.
Thank you for having me tonight. It's a pleasure to be with you and to talk to your communities that we're following from a long time.
And of course, we're following you with a great success that you had. So let's kind of dive right in. You recently released the Q1 earnings. Share some highlights there.
Look, exceptional results. We are a Bitcoin miner. We started in 2017. We operate computers and we make Bitcoin. We make Bitcoins coming from the block rewards and also from the transaction fees. And today we are running 20 megawatt of energy, which is close to 0.1% of the total Bitcoin hash rate. So it means that our revenues are coming from the block reward and the transaction fees, and we're getting 0.1% of every block rewards. So that's what it means for us. 2023 and Q1 2024, exceptional results on the financial part. We showed that we are operating cash flow positive. So it means that our data center is producing enough money to operate by itself. It makes money. We run around like 6,000 computers into our center from Quebec. We have an exceptional price for electricity, which is very important for Bitcoin miners. But more important than that, we are extremely efficient. So it means that we have no intermediaries between the electricity we get and the Bitcoin we produce. And because of that, we're able to produce the results that we have seen, not only in the full year 2023, but also in Q1 24. Operating cash flow positive, our data center makes money. EBITDA positive, adjusted EBITDA positive, and net profit for the full year of 2003 and for the first quarter of the new year. It's exceptional into the industry. Now we are also in an event called the Post-Halving. So it's changing the dynamics, for Bitcoin miners. But again, what is important for us is efficiency, is to produce Bitcoin at a very, very low price. Before halving, we were making one Bitcoin for around $23,000. After halving, for around $48,000 in electricity price. We are publishing our production review every month. So you can go online on our website, you can subscribe, and you will receive every month how many Bitcoin we made, and also different kind of interesting financing point and production point for our company.
Some companies have struggled after the halving that you mentioned, but you clearly have not. Your financial health is looking great. Can you dive a little bit more deep into how the ecosystem has benefited and how you've sustained the financials that you have so far?
Well, it's not our first halving. We started in 2017. Myself, I'm an entrepreneur for the past 25 years. We've seen the ups and downs of different kind of markets. In Bitcoin mining, you need to be focusing on one thing, efficiency. And you need to build for the bad times because, the Bitcoin is very volatile. The hash rate or the number of people who are trying to win the reward at the same time than you is also very volatile. You need to abstract the price of the Bitcoin and you need to focus again on your efficiency. And the first thing is to have a low price of electricity. This is what we have. We pay 4.3 cents US a kilowatt hour. But on top of that, we have a data center that is extremely efficient because you want your computers to run 24/7. But also on the long term, it's a long tail game. We need to run our computers 2 years, 3 years, 4 years more, because once they are fully amortized, they are pure profit. Basically, you have two ways to acquire Bitcoin. You can buy them spot. Today it's at $71,000. This is a Michael Saylor strategy. It works great. Or you're a Bitcoin miner and you can make a Bitcoin for well less. Today, the electricity price again for us, $48,000, right post-halving. So it's true that it has changed the dynamic completely for end users, for Bitcoin miners, also for investors. We've seen that before. The price of the Bitcoin is adjusting. The difficulty is adjusting. We are too close from the halving to take long-term decision or vision. It's still very volatile. But again, when you focus on your efficiency, you win. And that's what we have done in the past. And now we are hoping to really grow to the next level of growth in this next 4 years or 6 years that are coming, depending on the cycles we are in.
Yeah. You mentioned kind of, long term and looking at what's down the road. So let's talk about the AI and HPC applications. How easily can this infrastructure be modified for that, or are you already kind of providing some of these services?
It's a very interesting subject because lots of Bitcoin miners like us are going into this new era of compute power. At the end, what we do is to convert electrical power into computing power. That's our job. We are doing it by running computers for Bitcoin minings, but we could also do it running computers for AI or zero proof knowledge, for example, type of computing. It's different setup for the data center. It's not the same cooling. It's not the same type of security, different kind of, but it's for us who are infrastructure people. We are transforming our own energy. We have developed our own software to manage our computers. We are operators and infrastructure people. We know how to build data centers for AI and HPC. But more importantly, I think by combining Bitcoin mining with AI and HPC, you will be able, at least at the energy level, to be more efficient. Because Bitcoin miners, we have something magical. We can curtail. It means that we can stop our computers in a milliseconds, and we can give back the energy to the grid. We can't do that with AI and HPC. However, if you have a data center that does both, you can use the energy in a better way, in a more efficient way, not only for us, but also for the grid who will host us. So lots of Bitcoin miners are going into this industry. The valuations are crazy. The revenues are crazy. The margins are crazy. But the future is to do both, at least for us. We don't intend to compete with a hyperscaler like Microsoft or Google. We don't intend to compete with traditional data centers, legacies that are old legacy, like probably 20 years legacy type of data centers. We are going to bring innovation, the Bitcoin miner innovation, into a new type of compute power. We are building infrastructure for the long term. The job of the company is really to transform again energy into computing power. We'll do it for Bitcoin mining and any type of compute power in the future.
Now, you mentioned, last question for me, you mentioned you're not looking to compete with the Microsofts of the world. So what sort of competition do you see in this space right now?
Well, everyone is thinking about AI and HPC. The Bitcoin miners, it's another game. It's a market that is a little bit more complicated, a little bit more restricted in the number of users, but it's getting more and more professional with very large companies. So it's really interesting to see this move into the Bitcoin mining that is going more professional and at the same time going into AI and HPC market. But the market and the demand is going to be so much bigger than the offer that there will be place for a lot of people, and people who are efficient into managing their energy and transforming it into computing power is what we need, not only in Canada, but also in the US and everywhere in the world. And today, if you have energy and if you're not asking yourself, how can I monetize it better with computing power, you are missing out. And we are one of the answer. I'm not saying we are the best in the world. Even so, I think we are. But other people are going to continue building different kind of data centers. They are going to continue plugging computers. We are in the race to become one of the big players. We are not there yet, but we are working hard to be getting there.
Yeah. Well, I appreciate you kind of keeping it real and accurate, right? I mean, you've got revenue growth, 51% increase compared to Q1 in 2023. You've got positive operating cash flow. So I love the trajectory that you guys are headed at, and I look forward to more conversations with you. Thank you for your time.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.
Absolutely. And that is Romain Nouzareth, who is the chairman and CEO of SATO Technologies.